All right, Ben, just your thoughts, overall thoughts on that result, coming back to win by 2 in extra time there.
It's just kind of a typical first round Open Cup match. A lot of chances, throughout the game for us, and it just wasn't going in. I think a tough call from the referee. From what I hear, it was not a penalty, but again, that's also what you get in the Open Cup. And you need resiliency. You need to kind of hang in there, in particular when you go on the road to these venues. And I give them a lot of credit. They put up a really good fight. In the second half, I thought we played very, very well. Created a ton of opportunities and just couldn't score. Wanted to get it done before extra time. Obviously, we have a game this weekend. And so credit the guys for, the subs came in and I think really made a difference. And then in overtime, there was only going to be one winner, really. Created a bunch of chances, and Jack hits a great goal. And as they have to push up, we hit some transition stuff and ended the game. But overall, it's nice to move on. We're looking forward to the Austin game.
All right, thanks for that. We'll start with Herman. Go ahead.
Hey, man, fantastic win. Wanted to ask your thoughts on the third goal scored by Olsen. Your three best players linked up. The timing from Jack to Lingard, his vertical runs, and the unselfishness. Just want your thoughts on that third goal.
Well, you saw some of Linger's qualities in that position today, right? The second forward, running in behind, again, some of his strength in the pocket, some of the combination, and his ability to provide. He's a nice pickup. He really is, and he was excited as anyone to come onto the field and make a difference, and they all did. Jack, came in and should have had a few assists here in regular time. A bunch of corner kicks and unlucky not to get one. And then Ponce, was in the right spot in the right times, and that's what forwards need to do. So it's nice to have those guys connect, and again, we're thrilled to move on.
And the Open Cup presents opportunities for youngsters, and just your thoughts on their performances for Felipe Andrade and Pablo Ortiz, who made his debut tonight.
Yeah, I think it was a tall ask for Pablo to go 45 minutes. He has not been in training very long, and to ask him that, it was, as I said, a tall task. But I thought he did very well. I think he needs to still get used to us and the pace and the tempo and spacing and relationships. But overall, I thought he did very well, and we saw a lot of things that we like. I thought Felipe had a really good game, and that's why we've signed him, and that's why he's with the first team now, and he's a guy that we feel can help us. His athletic ability is serious, speed, and he's also a bit of a monster. He loves a tackle, and he's not shy in the moment. You got to keep in mind with Felipe, he's a guy that's coming from playing in a pretty good league down in Brazil, and he's seen this before. So we're going to need him. We got suspensions and injuries, and he's going to play a part in this.
Thank you, man. Safe travels.
Okay.
All right, Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, man.
Hi, Dustin.
Hey, I know we've talked a lot about Jack, but coming in and he's playing in that higher role a lot more now. How do you just feel overall he's coming into that role and how he's being much more of a playmaker for you guys?
He has the stuff, right? In the 30 yards in, 40 yards in, he's a guy that can unlock defenses with coming inside. He's also, I think, creating some good relationships with today was Franco, Griffin in that spot, and we want to get him closer to goal. So whether he's providing or getting looks on goal, these are some of the spots that we think Jack can help us in this moment. It doesn't mean at some point he doesn't move back and forth from the 8 to the 10. It's just this is where we see him right now, and I think he's enjoying it. And it's I'm proud of him tonight to come in, and I thought he helped change the game.
And then just Brooklyn, he's been getting a lot more minutes lately. I know it's been a big push for him in his development this year. Just what have you thought of Brooklyn of late, and another big shift tonight?
Well, I thought he struggled a little bit in LA early, but he played himself into the game, and that's important to not have the, as a young kid, to maybe have a little bit of a difficult start and then recover and play a solid game in LA. And here he was a little bit of a silent difference maker. I thought he broke lines with really good high tempo soccer, but also running with the ball and adding a +1 into kind of into their attack, their defensive half, and I thought he created some really dangerous attacks for us. So overall, he's growing.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, Juan, go ahead.
Hello, Ben. Congratulations on the win. I just wanted to know a little bit about what your message was to the team after regulation ended. Obviously, urgency starts coming in a little bit with 30 minutes left. What was your message to the team to make sure they stay focused?
But there wasn't much of a change. We didn't need to do. I didn't think there was much tactically to shift. I mean, we were, we should have scored a few there in the last 15, 20 minutes. So it was about just keeping the ball hot, side to side, and they were tired. They were doing a lot of defending, and it was just about ball tempo at that point, and we would end up again continuing to get our looks. The last message is like score a goal, enough. Stick the knife in, and when we get opportunities, let's finish some off.
Thank you.
Jorge, go ahead.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Just wanted to ask you, how much of a relief was this game to now advance into round of 16, and now you'll face Olsen?
Yeah, it's always nice, I guess, to play Austin. I just heard they came back, so it's an easier travel day than coming to Phoenix. So we'll look forward to that game when it comes. But right now, it's nice to advance. This is a tournament we take serious. You jump into the quarterfinals, and it's one of the quickest ways to a trophy if you do it right. And we're going to take it serious. We're going to go after it. But right now, it's about recovering and making sure these guys are ready for Seattle.
And then lastly, this is a game that you don't know what you can get out of Phoenix, right? It's a team you don't see often, or never really, right? But what do you learn from the set pieces tried out today and the squad that you put out?
I thought we were dangerous on set pieces all night. Kenny did a good job. Bundy did a great job of preparing these guys. Very dangerous. Good service all night, whether it was Nico or Jack. And I learned that, Phoenix Rising's it's a tough group to play, like a lot of these USL teams are. This is what a lot of them look like. Look around the league. There's overtime, and it's always a tricky match, the first round of the Open Cup, because you want to get some guys some minutes. They're not always in the best rhythm, and they're always also not in the best shape. So I thought the group we put out there tonight did a really good job, and the subs came in and did their job.
Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Coach, you've had a lot of success in this tournament. Has that mentality translated to the players, like through osmosis through you? Have they had that innate sort of desire for competitiveness in this tournament?
I don't know if they are, because of some past successes that they've take this any more serious. I would say probably no. I think that they know this. Our club takes it very serious, right? And we've been on the medal stand several times, and it's a trophy. This is why we do this, for those nights, and you're a few games away from being in a finals, and it's a hard thing to do in your career. So I think they understand that part, and we'll go for it.
Can I ask one more?
Of course.
Yeah. How do you translate the momentum from this win into future successes in the league?
Well, we got to recover and get back to Houston, and We only have one day to really prepare for Seattle, and we'll go after them. And they've had all week, so it's not easy going through the Open Cup. But I think the rotations were clean enough where we'll be able to have good energy and be ready for a very tough opponent in Seattle. So wins help. Wins always help. Creating just a winning culture, whether it's Leagues Cup, Open Cup, or the league itself. Every win creates a habit of winning. Good. All right, guys.
All right, thanks, Ben.